Find something that you absolutely love doing, whatever it is. It doesn't matter what it is. Then figure out a way to make money at it. Figure out what you love doing, and then find a way to get paid at it. And you will not work a day in your life.
In June 2019, I took to the road to ask people from all over the country about their dreams. I thought I would be learning about them, but I'm also learning about myself. Join me and see what you find out about yourself as you listen to other people answer the 3 dream questions. This is Jeff,
Hello.
and he's agreed to answer the 3 dream questions.
I most certainly have.
Are you ready?
I sure hope so, Donnell.
Okay, we'll see. Okay, thank you for consenting to do this.
Of course, yeah, it's my pleasure.
The first question is about hopes and dreams, your aspirations, things that, and it can be at any level, yourself to the whole world or the universe, whatever.
Okay. And how many are you looking for?
Just get in the flow and let it go.
Well, I guess I aspire most that the energies that surround or that go towards the power of seeking peace, prosperity, stability, orderly growth, and compassion start to rule the way, that we run things, not only in America but worldwide.
So this is more of a global perspective.
Yeah, this is definitely the macrocosm as far as all of my beliefs. I've done a lot of personal belief work, and this is my hope for humanity. But I guess I would aspire for a creative and inquisitive spirit to take hold of not only to continue in my life, but for everyone to get back into that mode we were discussing earlier how a child views life and, wonderment, and you get excitement with everything that you see. I would also aspire that individuals to develop themselves through a plethora of different means, whether that be through relaxation or through meditation or movement meditation, be it yoga or Tai Chi, but also through contemplation. You can learn a great deal from the inside when you meditate, but it's only through contemplation that you actually will value any lesson that you can live for.
I want to refer a little bit back to maybe one of our previous conversations, and you're free to share or not share, but your personal quest, for me, that you're very inspiring. I mean, from what I said, if you're willing to share a little bit of that.
Well, I guess I do kind of have a bit of an interesting story. So I'm 41 years old. I was an executive chef for 20 years. I worked in the food service industry for a total of 34, and now I travel across the United States as a Uber and Lyft rideshare driver. I'll let Donnell plug my website or whatever, but now I travel across the United States to see the majesty that this place is and to really reconnect with what most of us just have forgotten. And that is with Mother Earth, and to get back to what we've lost as a species. And what started this, well, as I just mentioned, I was a chef for 20 years, which is to just say I was in a very small box for 2 decades and haven't seen anything. So now I'm traveling the world, and I'm here in Pittsburgh, and Donnell and I are just happen to be staying at the same Airbnb. And we have very similar paths, the producer and I.
And you've got 20 years on me. You've got another 20 years. When you get to my age, it'll be 20 years from now. It'll be interesting to see and follow.
Yes, it will.
Doing.
Yeah, it's really been transformative, this entire process that I've been on. But not only vocationally, but me personally too. I've been on a personal quest of not only weight loss. I mean, I don't know what you can see on the GoPro here, but I used to be like upwards of 500 pounds. And in 6 months, well, actually less than 6 months, I've lost 145 pounds. So, and I'm doing that through, well, that's one of my other aspirations that I haven't got to yet, is for everyone to develop a sense of mindfulness, and to be present. And when I changed that association with the food, I was able to start really just shedding weight and all of that. So I developed and cultivated that sense of being present and being aware of not just, putting a fork to your mouth, but as we had that conversation earlier, it's very fascinating, just being aware of everything that it took to get to that bite of food. From the people that grew the vegetables to the people that, raised the livestock and tended after them, and realizing that it was a process. And it's not just this food that we're supposed to eat so we can hurry up and go play on our phones, but to take time and to appreciate. And that's one thing that as you practice this mindfulness thing, you get such a sense of appreciation and thankfulness. And I know what I've personally experienced from that in these past few months, the past 3 months especially. And I can only hope that works on a grand scale, because I really think that this planet needs that. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you remember your dreams when you were younger?
Oh,
Things
sure.
That you wanted to do?
Well, yeah. Well, because of my practice work in shamanism and all of that. But I'll come back to your question. But my practice work in shamanism and all of that, as far as the dreams are concerned, delving inside and really learning what I'm going through now is propelling me towards my next step. And I really wanted to make this point, is that it's so very important for that contemplation part, in my opinion. So I would really impress that upon everyone, is to spend time with yourself and to start understanding why you think what you think, and to really delve in. And to answer your question, as far as what my dreams are like, what my dreams were, as a child, well, I think, with the boy psychology, everyone has those grandiose plans of being the next Tom Cruise and being Top Gun and, being the next Maverick in the sky. So I really wanted to be an aviator with dreams of becoming an astronaut, like many, many young men, and going to the stars and beyond. And in my adult life, I kind of become my own astronaut, astral projection.
Take your own space journey.
I surely have, and that's a conversation for another time. But
how did those morph into what's going on now? You can give the short version or the long version if you'd like. However, whatever fits for you.
The short version is I had to grow up at a very young age, so I wasn't really allowed, or I didn't really have a childhood. My family opened a restaurant when I was 7, and I was there pretty much every moment that I wasn't in school. So I had to grow up, which is just to say that my dreams were stunted at a very early age, and that progressed for the next 17 years or more while that restaurant was open and had that commitment. So I'm sorry, could you...
It was just, how did those dreams change over time? Your astronaut dreams moved into the restaurant.
It morphed into the restaurant, right. Because of those circumstances, just like we all are products of our environment, I grew up in a restaurant. I grew up in that family restaurant for 17 or 16 years, and we sold it, at which time I then became an executive chef and did that for an additional 20 years. Well, 10 years as a chef and then 10 years as corporate manager. Yeah. But so I'm very experienced with talking with people. But that made my dreams change. Working in the restaurant, I wanted to become an executive chef, and I did. And I followed that dream. It wasn't until I became an adult, my early 20s, that I figured out what my real dreams were by going inside and meditating.
So the dreams on the outside, you had your dreams and they got fulfilled, but on the inside you discovered that there were some other things going on that weren't going on the outside. If you were going to talk to the 13-year-old Jeff, or if you were going to say something to people who are just starting out in life, be they teenagers or people just getting married or whatever, what was something you might say to them or to yourself at 13?
Well, I would say to my 13-year-old self, whatever your aspirations are, follow them. Follow them and seek them with a fervent desire and passion that you cannot do anything but accomplish your goal, whatever that is. That's what I would tell my 13-year-old self. Do it with such fire that nothing could stop you. And don't listen to the naysayers. You're always going to have those people that think you should be doing something, or think you should be doing something else, or living up to other people's expectations. Whatever. Let me just end with a bit of advice that my grandfather told me prior to when I was 13 that I never took. Find something that you absolutely love doing, whatever it is. It doesn't matter what it is. Then figure out a way to make money at it. Figure out what you love doing, and then find a way to get paid at it. And you will not work a day in your life.
That's a beautiful saying.
Yeah. I'm on vacation.
We listen to our elders sometimes. That's what Janet, who I just said, she said, listen to your elders. That was one of her bits of advice. Has anything come up for you during the conversation, something? I mean, I don't know what I'd add. If I were you, I couldn't think of anything, but you might have something.
Well, I think every life has its own unique details, and everyone's got its own stories. And I mean, for me, it's this entire process over these last few months has been a journey of self-discovery. And I would just implore everyone to get out and just walk a little bit in nature. Just get your hands and feet on grass or on trees and get back to where we come from, really. I mean, we've become inundated with all of the technology in this world that we live in. I think a reversion back to good old Mother Earth and Father Sky, sitting out in a field and laying up on a vast field with all the stars of our galaxy, and it just brilliantly shining. We need more of that, and less of this. We don't need this crap.
It's beautiful. Thank you, Jeff.
Oh, it's been my pleasure. Thanks.